Okay, so what I was saying before random kitty interruption. You don't know what that is? Look at the last video because I was interrupted by a random kitty. But in this video, I wanted to talk about God. Yeah, I want to talk about God. I want to talk about how amazing, how, people say the devil's in the details. But let me tell you that God's in the details. God is amazing. If you have a connection with God, if you have one, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a line of communication. People talk about prayer. Well, prayer can be fucking relentless and just like some random, like Our Fathers or Hail Marys or something that you're just saying in hopes that somebody's going to hear you. And then there's another relationship with God where you actually talk to Him and He does hear you and He makes it obvious in the details that He hears you. Let me just give you a for example. I pray that God will remove the toxic people from my life. When I left an abusive relationship, I realized that God pulled me out of it. And I understood that, or I saw that when you talk to God, when you really, really open your heart and you talk to God, He hears you. And it's not a talking to God like, oh my God, God, please let me win the lottery. And, hope that happens, because it's more of the kind of things like when I said, God, please remove the toxic people from my life. Just please remove them. I started doing some stupid shit. Like I started doing these random videos on Facebook and YouTube, and I started, recreating like things that have happened in my life or happening in my life or just funny videos. And I always thought as I was doing them, or I felt as I was doing them, that they were healing me in some way through my own humor, my own kind of way of expressing myself. I was healing myself. Well, through those videos, I pissed off a few people, and they've exited from my life. In fact, one of them said, well, you look like you're living in your own miserable life, or your own misery, or, your own personal hell. You look like you're living in your own personal hell, and I'm done with your drama, so I'm over you. And they exited, and some other one exited without us saying anything, but just kind of jumping on the bandwagon, obviously. And I felt God answering my prayer, like right there and then. They made an exit yet again, because previous times when they've made exits, it's hurt my feelings, hurt my heart, hurt my soul, made me want to fight for that relationship again. And through my videos or whatever, they're gone again. And the first time it hurt me, this time I feel my prayers being answered. I was going through some stuff lately, like we all go through sometimes. I mean, you can feel like you're on the good curve financially, and then something happens and it just kind of throws you off the curve. And being somebody that was always broke, always poor. I mean, I was living in a relationship for 13 years where, I was the sole breadwinner, moneymaker, and I would always pray, get me out of this, help me through this. And through 13 years that I thought that from week to week I wasn't going to have it, I had it. I always had enough. Just enough, but I always had enough. And we always got by. So as sad as it felt for me in the moment, or as hopeless, it felt for me at the moment, I prayed about it. And even though I didn't go from one day to being broke as F to the next day, being that person with money, I went day to day and I was okay. Every day I was okay. And what I really want to express that I'm feeling right now is the power of prayer. The power of prayer is amazing. It got me through those 13 years. And as stressed out and freaked out that I was all the time that I wasn't going to make it, I still made it. And now things have happened. And I pray, remove the toxic people from my life. Bam. Bam. They're gone. Make me okay with it. Bam. I'm okay with it. I was talking previously in another video about my renters and they weren't paying and they weren't doing this and they weren't doing that. And I was freaking out and my husband was having to work like crazy overtime just to support 2 houses. And, pray to God to take care of it and take care of it. And you know what? He did. He did. And because of beautiful friends that I made over 7 years ago, that have come through for me, and I've said this over and over again, and I don't even know if I sound stupid or I can't stop saying that there are certain women in my life that God put in my life for a reason, that have come through for me, one or the other, over and over again. One used to come to my house and literally I'd call her and say my husband was going in a freaking rage and I was scared. Come and get the kids, please. This bitch would show up at my house with a baseball bat, run upstairs, get the kids, run out, text me back. Everybody's safe. They're at my house. We're getting munchies. We're going to the movies. Whatever. Beautiful. Beautiful. Has never ever brought that up to me like something that I owe her for, something she did for me, just because she was just another one, that was actually her best friend. But I moved away and I was trying to buy a house and she's a mortgage broker. I call her up, dude, without anything. What do you need? Okay, let's figure this out. Let's do this. Bam. My renters in Georgia weren't paying, or Atlanta, Lawrenceville. I am in Georgia because I'm in Savannah. My renters weren't paying. I went over there, freaked out. I just put in new stuff, and these people trashed my house. And I was trying to go for the weekend, clean it up to re-rent it. And the way that they trashed my house was to the point where it was just I can't fix it. I can't fix it in time. I'm freaking out. What do I do? They haven't paid in months. My husband's working. I'm still a month behind, and then I'll call up another amazing angel that I made as a friend over there. And I said, I don't know what to do. Come. She comes. She sees my house. She's a realtor. She's like, let's list it. Let's do this. She listed it. It's been 3 weeks. I've had 4 bids. They're fighting over that house. She's making it happen. And as much credit as I give to each of these women for being amazing, beautiful women in my life, I give credit to God for putting them in my life. I was to the point where I was scared to look at the mail. Because when I was with my ex, we could never pay a bill on time. I was working 2 or 3 jobs. He would constantly quit his jobs. And I just didn't have it ever. So the mail brought me crazy anxiety. And even though in this relationship now and where I am in my life, we're good and we make, enough to sustain, something happens where I don't have enough money that week to pay that particular bill, the anxiety, the PTSD kicks in and I can't even look at the mail anymore. I start shutting down. I have to be in a shell. I'm scared, And I kind of stopped. I said, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't give in to my anxiety. I can't give in to my depression. I have to pray to God to help me get out of this. Well, not only did He answer my prayers, but He helped me see a future. He's got me out of the hole, got me into a place where I can now see the dreams that I've had for myself come to fruition. Because I gave in and I gave to God. God is amazing. I'm so tired of all these millennials and everybody saying that, oh, religion is this and religion is that. Well, you know what religion is? You know, religion is this and religion is that. But a relationship with God, your personal relationship with God doesn't fall under any of those categories. Your personal relationship with God is your personal relationship with God. And may it have been the Christian God, the Muslim God, the any other kind of God. It doesn't matter, because God is God, no matter how He shows Himself to you, no matter what religion He shows Himself to you. At the end of the day, the light is the light. The I am is the I am. It doesn't matter how you recognize Him. He's the same. And if you pray to Him and you give all to Him, He will give all to you. And you will find yourself constantly landing in a safe place when you asked Him to give you that safe place to land on. And that's it. I mean, that's it. That's all I really want to say. Trust in God. Give it all to God. When you're scared, when you're anxious, when you don't know the next moments, the next steps, the next anything, give it to God. Tell Him to take the wheel. Put your hands up like this. Because He will take your hand. I promise you. If you are that lost sheep and you pray to see your shepherd and find the way, He'll show you. And that's all I'm really trying to say tonight. Trust in God. Because it'll happen for you. It's happened for me. And no, I don't live in my own personal misery like the haters that I asked God to remove from my life have said to me. I don't live in my own personal hell. I don't live in my own personal misery. I live in glory every day. Because every day He gives me something to appreciate. Every day, in the smallest details, He shows me He's there. Because I asked Him to be there. Because I trust in God. And I trust in goodness. If you're lost, say, Jesus, take the wheel. And as corny as that sounds, I promise you He will.